Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the unboxing and having a look at this. But before we do that, let me actually talk about why am I doing it. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, a week ago I said that I was getting a lot of inquiries from you guys to review some laptops because of this COVID situation. Many of you are working from home, and also maybe you have children and now they have to get a laptop because all the schools are doing it online. So I said that I will be reviewing a bunch of laptops. So I've purchased a bunch of laptops. What I decided initially is that go for a laptop with very good configuration that's on a tight budget, then again one for mid-range and one for higher end. Budget is not an issue, but somebody wants a very light laptop. So I've ordered two, I've got one. Today we'll be doing the budget one, and I've also ordered a high-end one. This is the Acer Swift 5. In fact, one of the lightest laptops in the world with a 14-inch touchscreen. This weighs just 950 grams, but we'll talk about this one later. Let's talk about this one now. I'll just keep this Acer one here. So let's talk about this one. And guys, I didn't knew about this. Some of you actually tweeted about me about this company. This is known as Avita, and this product was listed on Flipkart. I'll leave the link. I did a little bit of googling. This is not a very new company actually. So I saw product listed by this one on Flipkart over a year ago, almost a year ago, and even on Amazon. So I took a risk and ordered this one because the configuration is actually really good. It's having a Ryzen 5 3500U processor, and the pricing is just 31,000. I ordered it for 31. Now the price has changed. It was showing me 33. But let's look if it's any good, because I've also ordered one more laptop similar to this configuration from Asus. That's the VivoBook 14. I should get it hopefully by next week, but that's cost almost 42,000. So almost a 10,000 price gap difference. So I was interested. I took a risk and ordered this, and as you can see, this is the box, and looks like we get a bag in this one. So that's nice, because we are getting a laptop bag. We'll look at it later. That was not mentioned anywhere, so I'm glad we got it. And here is the laptop itself, and looks like this is the accessory box that we are getting. So here we open this, and looks like this is the power brick, and this is, so I'll just keep that to the side, and let's look at this laptop. And guys, I did a little bit of googling about this company. It's the website is avita-india.com, but guys, this is not an Indian company. This is actually a company based from Hong Kong. Just being very transparent, and I paid for this myself. I took a risk for you guys to see if this is worthwhile or not. And again, as you can see, it's indirectly imported by Flipkart itself, it says, and it's actually made in China, like most of the stuff, as you can see. And the price it says is 52,900, and says warranty or whatever. Warranty I checked on Flipkart, up to 2 years you can get. So that's what you have to register. And this is the laptop itself, and we also get a booklet and initial setup. So I'll just keep these things to the side, hold the unit, turn off with the logo. So again, and let's open this up. So here is the laptop, and guys, this external shell is plastic. As you can see, we have the Avita branding. Just can't expect too much, but let's see what it is. And let's open this up. So we have a protective layer. So let's take that out, and again we have a full-size keyboard on this. This is also again plastic, guys. It has the AMD Ryzen 5 3500U processor. This is actually a quad-core processor that has 8 threads, and also has the Vega 8 GPU. So the configuration is actually good. And some of you have asked me how does it compare to the Intel. I would say this processor, the 3500U, is actually might be slightly better than the Intel Core i5 8th gen processor. And let's try to boot it up, this one. And by the time it actually boots up, guys, here is a quick configuration of this specific laptop. It comes with a 14-inch screen. That's a full HD 1080p IPS LCD screen. It's powered by the AMD Ryzen 3500U quad-core processor that has 8 threads. Moving to graphics is integrated Vega 8 graphics. It comes with 8 GB of RAM and 512 GB of SSD. It also has a VGA camera on the front and has 2 USB 3 ports and 1 USB Type-C port, 1 HDMI, and it has Windows 10 S. So setting it up, and it comes with Windows 10 pre-installed, guys. I'm just setting it up. By the way, it will be in Windows 10 S mode, but we'll get out of it. You can actually get out of that. And so I'll just sign in and then we'll continue. So guys, I've booted it up and it's still setting up stuff. So let's just look at one more thing. And if you go to properties, as you can see, this is the configuration, Windows 10, and it is actually pre-installed with the same. Let's just zoom in a little bit to the same. I hope you can see. And as you can see, it's running on the AMD Ryzen 5 3500U with the Radeon Vega integrated graphics and 8 GB of RAM that we are having. But the thing is that by default, this, as you can see, it says it's in the S mode. That means you can't install apps right now apart from the Windows store, but you can get out of it. Let me show you. I've downloaded this CPU Z app outside, but when I try to invoke, as you can see, it will give us that it's an S mode and you can't do it, but we can easily get out of that. As you can see, for example, just hit the learn more, and here, as you can see, switch out of the S mode. And S mode, as you can see, is for people who are very new. It only allows you to install apps from the Microsoft store. So if you're a new person, it's good. But again, we know what we are doing, so we can get out of the S mode. Actually, we can get it out of free. For example, just hit this button and let's get out, so that we can install our favorite apps like Chrome. I want to install CPU Z and all these things. So let's see. Let's try to get out of this. Windows working on it. You have to wait for a couple of seconds. It's going to authenticate if the license is. See, we are out of the S mode. So some of you were worried about this, so you can definitely get out of the S mode, and it'll do some updates and stuff. So Windows is doing its some of these updates, so we have to just wait for that. And as you can see, it's the AMD Ryzen 5 3500U, which is basically a quad-core processor, but has 8 threads on the same. And as you can see, Windows is downloading some stuff, so I'll just wait. But let's actually look at the storage. As you can see, it comes with 512 GB of hard drive. I haven't installed anything, so let's look at it. And out of that 512, roughly about 25 gigabytes is sort of used. So you are going to get only about 450 gigabytes of space available. But again, considering the price, it's an SSD. So again, that's a good deal, I frankly feel. And I'll just wait, guys. Still, Windows is downloading quite a bit of updates. And while it's updating, if you notice closely, the fans are blowing quite a bit on the same. And I'm not going to close it, but the vents are here at the back. So this back portion is actually pretty warm right now as it's doing the updates. But let it finish, then we'll notice and see how it is. Because right now the fans are blowing at a high speed, and this is the sound it's making. So guys, I rebooted the system. It took about 10 minutes, let it update, and looks like now it's out of the Windows S mode. Let's go to this PC and have a look, go to the properties. And as you can see now, the Windows S mode has been removed. So you can get out. Now let's install, now you can install anything you want on the computer. It won't restrict. This was CPU Z earlier because we were in S mode. Now as you can see, you can install anything. So again, you can easily get out of the S mode on the computer. Now let me install this. Let's just zoom in a little bit. And as you can see, it's the Ryzen 5 itself. As you can see, the cache is L3 cache is 4 megabyte on this one, and memory, it is 8 gigabytes, but fortunately it's dual channel, guys, so that's actually nice. On this, graphics will be integrated Vega 8 graphics on the same. So this gives you an idea about the processor that is used on this one. Again, when the laptop has that load, the fans do blow quite a bit, and it is audible, guys, but I'll have to just use it casually because we're doing the Windows update and see how much noise it makes. One thing I don't like is that if you notice, there is that little bit of wobble on the screen, so not the sturdiest of the frame. So that is something you have to note, as you can see that there. And again, the entire chassis is also made up of plastic, so if you push in a little bit, yes, it's very slight flex, but again, can't expect more. Looks like the keyboard is not backlit, but let me do one thing. Let me just remove this power brick. And battery, again, it's too early to comment, but one thing that I know, I'm very impressed with this one. The screen quality is good. It's having an IPS LCD screen, and the screen quality is actually nice on this. Yes, it's not the brightest of the screen, but as you can see, it can go very low in brightness at night. Maximum brightness is not that much, as you can see. This is the maximum brightness. Other laptops go very bright. So outdoors, if you work, it might be not that great, but again, in terms of colors and what the screen panel, it's a good. They are using an IPS panel. I thought they will cut corners, but that's not the case, as you can see over here. Now let me also show you the ports and everything. Again, as I've told you, the front is plastic, the back is also completely plastic, and here are some of the vents on the same. And again, here, this cavity is where the hot air will move out. So this area is going to get hot a little bit when you're doing some intensive tasks. But again, this they should have kept metallic. This is completely plastic. Here they have cut corners on them. And if we go towards this side, we have a USB 3 port on the same. Then this is the headphone microphone combo jack, and this is a micro SD card reader. And back again, vents and everything. Here is your power brick will go in over here. Again, we have one more USB port, and USB Type-C port is also there, and again we have a HDMI port also. So in terms of ports, I'm okay with this one. Let's just open up. No fingerprint scanner or anything. Again, you can't expect that much in this price range. So let's just log in, and because of the AMD processor that is used, the performance should be actually good, but let me use it a little bit and see how it works, because this AMD Ryzen 5 that is the 3500U is a very capable processor. It actually will beat many of the Intel Core i5 processors. That's the 8th gen. Moving to the trackpad, looks like we have the Windows precision drivers on this one, so that's not an issue. And you have those multi-finger gestures also available on this. So trackpad, to be fair, I would say is responsive and stuff, as you can see like this. And regarding battery, guys, I couldn't find the details about the capacity, but I ran battery report, and it's showing that it is having a battery of about just 36 watt hour. They claim about 10 hours, but I'm highly skeptical about 10 hours battery life with this low capacity. I am hoping at least we can get 4 or 5 hours, but again, I'll have to test. Here right now it is saying that we should get about 5 hours 55 minutes, but again, as you know, guys, Windows battery stats are very wrong. But just a 36 watt hour battery. This is a quick test with the front-facing webcam. Generally, the webcams on Windows are not that good, and that's the same case with this one. But the audio is also being recorded via its internal microphone, so that you have an idea. It might be okay for casual Zoom stuff, as you can see, but if you want high-quality video, then go with the external webcam. Another thing that I've noticed is that even with casual usage, for example, in a web browser, if you have 3-4 tabs, those fan actually comes on very quickly on this laptop. I thought to share that with you. So guys, what do I feel about this one? And this is just after about an hour of setting up this one. So again, guys, no way review, just first initial impressions, what I felt with this one. Let's get to some of the things that I did not like. On the Flipkart page, the weight of this laptop is specified as 1.21 kilograms, but when I weighed, as you can see, it's actually 1.33 kg. So I don't like the fact they are lying about the weight on this one. Another thing is that the complete construction is actually made up of plastic. That is something you have to be aware. If you're thinking that metallic construction or something like that, no, you will be disappointed. But again, I can't complain too much considering the price of this one, because you're getting the Ryzen 5 3500U processor, which is a very capable processor with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of SSD. Hence, that's why I noticed that the performance is very snappy on this laptop. It loads everything very quickly, and hardly any hint of lagginess, no lag or anything that I noticed in the casual usage. Again, too early to comment about it, and I don't know how will be the support of this one. I am skeptical about that also. I did go to this Avita India's website, and on the support page I found a lot of service centers, but I just don't know how will the actual service be, because on Twitter many of you had actually tagged this Avita on Twitter, more than about a couple of dozen, and we didn't even get one reply from that company. So I'm skeptical about support, at least on online media like Twitter, etc. They are just not responsive. But again, I don't want to comment a lot. What do you guys think about this laptop? Certainly, as I told you, the specs are very tempting, but yes, it does have some compromises, as I've told you. Completely that plastic build quality, and the hinge, I would say, hinge like this, if you use it, it's okay, but the hinge can wobble a little bit like this. But again, this is not a very expensive laptop. So what I'll do is, guys, I'll try to post this the review of this one later on. I want to use it for the next 4-5 days. So do let me know if you have any specific questions about this laptop. I'll try to include that in my review, and I'll also leave some links in the description below, guys, because with very similar configuration, I have noticed some other laptops also from Acer. Yes, those are more expensive. I think so that was for 38, and I have ordered also a Asus VivoBook, almost very similar configuration to this one, but that is at 42,000. So again, stay tuned for that also. And as I've told you, I also have this Ultrabook, which is the Acer Swift 5, one of the lightest laptops in the world, with a 14-inch touchscreen. This weighs just about 950 grams. So we'll also be covering this one later on. So again, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the same. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.